Okay, all right. Let me admit other students and then give me 2 minutes. All right, I can keep on admitting students now. So we were actually discussing debentures. Okay, I'll take 1 more minute and then I'll resume. All right. Okay, I think let's start now. Um, okay, so debentures, I just explained you that. So any question regarding debentures, that it is actually a source of finance, a long-term source of finance, which businesses have to pay it after a long time, and that is usually more than 10 years. The advantage and disadvantage, I discussed it. Interest needs to be paid. Again, that is an expense and it reduces profit. And the advantage, I told you that the businesses have to pay it after a very long time, so they can use that source of finance effectively, and they can generate a lot of profit and revenue, and then it is easier to pay the amount from it. All right, moving onward, sale of shares. Okay, so I did discuss about it when I explained debentures. So sale of shares, share is another way, sale, another source of finance which is available to businesses. So businesses sell shares, people who buy shares, they become the shareholders. I won't actually discuss that in detail because we have already discussed it in earlier chapters. So you become shareholders and the money actually is received by the business, right? The advantage is it is a permanent source of capital. Once money comes in by selling shares, it doesn't go out, okay, in the lifespan of the business. Why it happens? Like, for example, you are a shareholder, like, or you buy shares of a company, okay, later you want to leave the company as a shareholder. So you cannot straight away ask the company, okay, give my money back, I want to leave as a shareholder. This is just not possible. So what do you do actually? You actually sell your shares to somebody else. Simple as that. Okay. So you sell your shares to somebody else, the person pays you the money, and you leave the business as a shareholder. Okay. So it means that the amount stays there in the business, right? So it doesn't go out. So that is why it is a permanent source of capital. This is the biggest advantage of using this option. But again, the disadvantage is now there will be more owners. Profit will be further divided among more owners. So that is a disadvantage which is there in this case. All right, if we move forward, so then we have grants. Normally, grants are given by governments, right? So, in the, like, for example, subsidies is one of the way. Government actually supports certain businesses by offering them a certain amount, okay, and this amount can be used by the businesses to meet their expenses. What is the advantage? You understand, you do not need to pay it back. Okay, this is quite visible because government is paying you. But what is the disadvantage? Disadvantage is that there might be certain conditions attached with it. Do you know what would be the conditions? Like, for example, they can say, okay, government can say that, okay, we are providing you the subsidy or the grant, but you have to locate your business in a certain area. Okay, and you know that government, the main objective of every government is public welfare. So when government feels that there is an area where there is high level of unemployment, so in order to increase the level of employment over there, government can use that tactic, that by providing subsidy to a business and telling the business to locate it in a certain area. Now, why it is a disadvantage? Because the businesses may not like that area. Okay, maybe not enough profit can be earned there, or maybe not enough facilities are there which are used in the production process. So in that way, the businesses, they really struggle because now they cannot decide on their own about the location. They have to follow the instructions of the government if they take the grant as a source of finance. So this is again one of the disadvantage of using grants. Now, venture capital. Okay, listen, I will actually share a video with you, and you, I think, should watch that video as well. Okay, I will share it in a group. But okay, let me tell you about venture capital, and then you can watch that video as well. So I think then you will be able to have a better idea about venture capital as well. Now, venture capital is when, for example, there is a business which looks uh, a risky project, but it's a new business, and yes, there are opportunities there that the business can go big. Okay, because it's a new one, a new idea. Okay, so obviously all new ideas, they are very risky because you never know whether it will be a success or not. Okay, because you need to see the response of the people, later you will come to know about it. So the people who want to invest in that, they so those people, they have no intention uh, to be part of that business as an owner or shareholder, or maybe as part of management. What do they want? They want to invest their money, and they say, all right, we are providing you the money, but we will be taking 20% or 30% of the profit of this project. And why they say that? Hamza Farouk, please mute your mic. Hamza. All right. Okay. So it means because it is highly risky, and normally traditional source of finance are not available. Like banks do not lend them money. Why? Because it is very risky. There is no past record of that project or business at all. So banks feel that if there is no past track record, how can we give them the money? Because we never know whether the business will be a success or not. So how can we recover our amount? So this is quite possible, right? So these people, they actually are willing to invest in the business, and in return they want a certain percentage of profit. Now remember, when, so we call them venture capitalists. Remember, now it means that whatever amount they invest, the percentage of profit is not decided according to the capital invested. Remember, what do they say? Because the business is risky, and the person who actually want to start the project doesn't find any way to raise the finance. So they say, all right, we are providing you the money, but I will be taking 30% or 40% or 50% of the profit. Okay, so this is how they do it, the venture capitalists. So if, for example, the other party agrees to it, so obviously then this source of finance can be used for the business as well in that case. Okay. um, so again, the disadvantage is that maybe a major part of the profit will be shared with the venture capitalist. Obviously, the original owner who actually started the project will not be the only person who will be enjoying the profit. Okay, and it is quite possible that maybe the share share of the original owner might not be that significant. वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट कह सकता है कि okay, I want 60% of the profit from that project because I am providing you the money. You have the idea, fine, but I am providing you the money. Nobody else is providing you. Banks are hesitating, but I am taking the risk. So because I am taking the risk, that's why I will take a major chunk of your profit that you will earn from the project. So I will share a video regarding venture capital as well. So do share it, do watch it, and then if you have any questions, you can let me know. Okay, then okay, now we have talked about different sources of finance, right?
सर टाइम
Uh,
खत्म हो गया.
yeah, okay, all right. So internal and external. We'll talk about these sources of finance in the next class, but that are actually categorized on the basis of time which is required to pay it back, right? So we'll talk about it in the next class. Thank you very much. See you in the next class.